Alright. Sorry for the blurriness. Um, Focusing issues. They seem to happen at random with this. Uh, Probably some update I downloaded. Or maybe I just need to clean the lens. I am a little on the lazy side. Still, we've got another video game review today. Sort of. More just kind of, I'm going to talk about it a little. I don't know if I'm going to properly review it. We'll see. It's one I'd played on PlayStation 1 years ago and never forgotten about. It's fun, and it really sticks in your mind. It can be a bit tough at times, a little bit frustrating, but these have nothing to do with any flaws in the games. It's generally when you're playing two-player and a friend hits a lucky streak and is always hitting the buttons at just the right time. It's not a button masher, no. It's called Bushido Blade 2. Now, I would have gotten the first Bushido Blade, as it's got some interesting mechanics to do with the fact that there's no life bar, for one, and an honor system where certain hits count against you. There's one huge issue, though. For being an amazing samurai game, Bushido Blade 1 has everybody in tight, neon-colored spandex. So, I went for Bushido Blade 2 when I went to buy one recently. And the good news is, Bushido Blade 2 is extremely cheap to get a hold of. Amazon, eBay, Google Shopping. You can get a copy, $15 or under $5 if you really search, even with shipping. Amazing game, amazing. The unlockable stuff will take years because there's some low-end unlockable things that you'll get to fairly easy, and then there's the high end where you've got to unlock some super ultra hard mode and make it all the way through without dying once. So there are characters I do not have on the game, and to be honest, I was interested in having all the characters right away, so I copied friend's save. After about I can't remember the exact time. I want to say 25 minutes of attempting to unlock one character on my own. Uh, the thing is, it's not a super complicated game. All ranges of gamer, from casual to someone that's very serious about fighting games, are going to enjoy Bushido Blade 2. The only time it gets really ridiculous is if someone selects one of the gun users, because it's actually quite realistic, the game. So if you have a spear even, and you take a running start and try to lunge and stretch that spear as fast as you can, as far as you can, and cross your fingers hoping you're going to hit the opponent, and they've got the gun character, they're just going to pull the trigger and you die. Now, there's only two gun characters. So if both players are nice enough to not select the gun character, there's a lot of detail, amazing fighting styles, whole wide range of weapons, moves. There's even Jitsu or Iedo quick draw, which I thought was amazing. My favorite character, Genboro, he has kind of an old samurai official outfit that he wears with the funny lacquered helmet hat that curves like a turtle shell all the way around, that you would see in Chanbara style samurai films. So he's really interesting, and he does do quick draw. The stages are genius. There's climbing, falling, and you can die from a fall if it's far enough. You don't have to fall. It's real easy to avoid. Just stay on flat ground. You can get something like a tombstone in between you and the opponent, and it will interfere with your swings. Whereas if it's a bamboo tree, you'll just cut right through it. considering that you're using a razor-sharp katana and probably hitting the strong hit. I don't know if the weak hits, I would imagine the weak hits go through. I'm going to have to test that out tonight. It's a perfect excuse to play the game. There's some blood. You hit somebody in the arm and it's a good hit. That arm's useless, so when they try to switch to a two-handed stance on their weapon, they can't do it. They have to stick with the one-handed stances. Usually there's more than one for each character. They get a leg hit, well, they're not going to be running anymore, and you'll be able to outwalk them. You hit them in the vitals or the head, well, it's game over in one hit. So, very interesting, very realistic. Great game. Plenty of different kinds of game modes, even one where you select 3 or 5 characters with different weapons, and they fight in a tournament scenario with wooden swords or wooden spears that have padding over the ends. So that's really neat. And with that, there's less of the one-hit kills. Even also an interesting thing in that format, illegal hits will get counted against you, so there's a real tournament feel. And in the verse mode that's tournament style, there's some first-person modes. You can do link cable. That way your opponent can really get into the feel of playing through a match. But it's PlayStation graphics, PlayStation 1, so it's a bit dated. If you never played the PlayStation 1, you may have played a game by the same people, Kango, on PlayStation 2, which later there was a sequel, Road of Blood or something, that never made it to America, and then Legend of the Nine that was on Xbox 360. Legend of the Nine was fun, just not as good as regular Kango. Bushido Blade 2, though, for the PlayStation 1, definitely worth picking up and trying. Really fun. Great pizza and root beer game to make a weekend out of with some friends. And then, especially if you like choose, because you can choose modern stages or older looking traditional areas like Shinto gates and such. You can sit and watch some Chambara style samurai flicks and then switch over to playing that and choose the regular traditional looking characters and traditional looking stages and rock out. That would be great with some sake. Oh man, that would be a good time. I've got a friend that I play that game with, actually. He's really good at it. And we will sit and make a night of doing quick draw matches in the bamboo thicket, because it's just awesome. And I always choose Genboro, and he chooses the man with the white hair that's I think they're called Yamabushi style monk. It has the funny little forehead octagon hat that's black, and the giant backpack made out of wood with the little white puffballs hanging off of the straps. It's really neat. Bamboo flying everywhere, me occasionally hitting the Jizo statue and cussing because he'll take advantage of that and follow up with a neck or head shot. But it's all in good fun. It's not like angry cussing, just having a blast. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've played any of the Kango games or want to talk about those, or even better, if you happen to play Bushido Blade or Bushido Blade 2, if you have questions about Bushido Blade 2, I really recommend picking it up. With the price tag, the amazing gameplay, match types, just everything about it is very, very fun. A bit dated compared to modern systems, but well ahead of its time when it came out. Well ahead of its time. Hope you enjoyed this one.